Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and as you're probably pretty well accustomed to by now, Cecil is making an ass of himself. Hi, how you doing? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You just want to say hello? I know. Well, to be fair, it is one of the first times I've had our window open in what feels like a good couple of weeks, so there's more sound than usual for him to react to. Outside of just this being the most I've really talked all that much at all today, so he's probably real excited to have his opinion known. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah. But the other thing we're all used to from Sunday runs is that it is the customary mystery box run. So, for those of you who are just tuning in or are unfamiliar with the rules, allow me to quickly elaborate. I am going to carry the Curious Relic Cube all the way up to floor 3-1, where it will drop 5 relics when I set it down. If you can guess at least 2 of the relics that it drops before I drop it, then you will have free run to determine what run I do on the... Not tomorrow, because tomorrow's run is already set, but for Thursday's run. And yes, my recording times are going to be a little bit random and weird because I am going back to work tomorrow. Lame. But I am still going to be doing what I can to make sure I get content out to you guys. And yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the run. We also, of course, do have the weekly poll ready to go, but I have not posted it yet. I will tell you about it at the end of the run. Let's just go this time. Surely they can't give me Atlas at level 3 just about every day this week, can they? Oh yes they can! Oh yes they fucking can! What the hell? Always Atlas at level 3. What have I done to deserve this torture? Apparently I haven't played with the bird enough. That's the problem. Lovely. Great shot. Alright, well, as is customary for my runs, I guess we're facing Atlas. Because for some reason there is no other end goal for me. It's just always Atlas. And one of you had said that seemed not only unlikely, but very odd that would be the case. I'm gonna take Wallet of Vigor, so I might future-proof things. Smooth. And yeah, it's extraordinarily unlikely. There's really no reason why it should just be Atlas all the time at the 3rd spot. That was stupid of me. I should have darted away. Put some distance between me and that guy. It's excruciatingly unlikely that I would see Atlas at level 3 this many times, but for some reason, that is what the game wants. It wants me to always fight Atlas at level 3 all day, every day. Doesn't matter what my run is, doesn't matter what else happens, so long as Atlas is there, the game is happy. Doesn't matter whether I'm happy with it or not, because not only do I get tired of fighting the same guy, but I've stated many, many times in the past that I do not like fighting high-level Atlas just because his minions get so much invulnerability and just drop poison just at the drop of a hat. Poison, invulnerable. Surprise attack from underneath the ground, poison, invulnerable. I absolutely hate Atlas and his minions, and I'm getting real sick and tired of seeing Atlas at level 3. And for those of you wondering, yeah, that's been a thing since before this week. For some reason, my runs almost always end with Atlas, the one I dislike the most. Not as a character, mind you, as a character he's fine, but I don't like his overly poisonous level, and I don't like his minions. No sir, I don't like it. I like Tidal Blast, but I just used that last run, and I'm not sure I want to use it again. Mostly because we have a kind of a blank slate of a run, so it could work. I don't know, let me see what else shows up. Oh, there's the boss room. That's nice. I am very much hoping that you guys are interested in this week's poll. I actually have a few of them lined up, but there are a few that I really wanted to get out for a while now, and I'm hoping that this one is one that catches some interest. Don't forget, tomorrow's run is going to, of course, be Conan the Barbarian, and that will, of course, end Schwarzenegger Appreciation Week. But to truly appreciate Arnold Schwarzenegger, you really need more than a week. And this is a guy from Austria who not only managed to endear himself to the American public, but managed to do so in such a way that he got to be governor of California. I mean, how many people can say things like that? Yeah, I got to be governor of California because I'm popular. What do you know? And he's not the only movie star to make it into politics. Well before him, there was also Ronald Reagan, and of course here in Minnesota, our governor for a while was Jesse Ventura. And say what you want about it, but at the time it was very interesting news. I'm not going to say whether or not I thought he was effective as governor or not. It made news mostly just because, oh, film actor and tough guy turned politician. What is the world coming to? And the answer is, no one even knows. Nowadays, we are people far less qualified getting into politics, and not necessarily talking about Trump. Not that he's necessarily qualified, but the thing is, most of the people running for office nowadays aren't qualified either. And here in Minnesota, we have the added benefit of having goddamn Kanye West on our ballot. Like, seriously, what have we done to deserve such torture? I will be back for that. I know I have Wallet of Vigor, but if I can afford to take something without paying health for it, that would be preferred. Here we go. Got a signature ready to go. Let's use it here. Mostly because I hate you archers. Having a good time over there, Cecil? Just having a jolly old time. He's afraid. He's too afraid to admit it, but he's having a ball. That's right. Go, boy. Go. Now, I also know that I could pick up Cascading Blitz, and as much as I like that spell, I'm a little remiss to do so because I know that it's not going to be very effective against the Wonder Twins, and it's certainly not going and it's only going to do average damage to Atlas, so it just seems like it's maybe not the best choice, especially while I already have 2 water-based Arcana on my list. I'd really like to find something... We'll definitely take that. I would like to find something that would be more effective against them than not, but at the moment I'm just not sure what exactly that would be. So, I don't know, maybe Shu will drop something that'll be good against them? Beautiful. So again, as much as I like Cascading Blitz, I'm probably just going to have to let that one be. There we go. And don't get me wrong, Cascading Blitz is good, but having everything be water-based is not going to be good for the next level, so clip that on the head and just move on. Oh, now Riku's decided she wants to get in on the loudness parade. That's right, I can tell the difference between you two. You don't think you're fooling me, do you? Well, you know, Dark Sage, you could always take Air Spinner instead of Bolt Rail in order to get more effect against the Thunder Twins. Well, first of all, it's the Wonder Twins. And second of all, even though I'm aware of that, I am going to spend a little bit of health to get the insulated vest. Why not the Singing Bowl? You have the Assassin's Blade. That is true. But not only did the insulated vest cost less in the way of health, but I also feel as though defense is going to be the better answer this time around. Especially since I need to make sure I'm well preserved for goddamn Atlas, who's always goddamn at level 3 every goddamn time I play this goddamn game. No, I'm not upset about that. What makes you think that? And there we go. Well, I mean, it's not great, but I mean, it's something. At least it's going to be more effective than having another water spell here. Yeah, I saw what you guys were doing. Let's wait for just a moment. That was the wrong spell. I actually wanted to do that. There we go. Hammer of Atlas is going to get the job done somehow. Even though it's not a very smart spell to just throw out randomly, it's definitely a good spell when you have only one target, or when you have everything lined up in such a way that you're just going to keep whacking them with the spinning hammer until it comes time to launch that bitch. So back to the important part of our conversation. Yes, unfortunately, I am going to have to be getting back to work. Without any sort of resolution on any further COVID-19 assistance, because you know our government hates us, I'm forced to put myself back into the hot seat of working retail for the pet store I was working at before any of this whole mess started. I mean, it's not all bad, because I do enjoy working with the animals. It's how I found these two chatterboxes behind me. I'm just I don't know. I've not only have I grown used to having my time to do it as I please, but my opinion on a lot of things in life has changed, and I just don't know how skippy I am just to put myself back into a system that's just gonna chew me up and spit me out like used bubble gum. And I'm not going to sit here and just get hyper political on people and have that be what this video is all about. Because as I've stated many times, we are here to have fun, and having to constantly talk about politics isn't necessarily fun. It's also a good way to lose friends. But that's just kind of where my head is at right now. I just don't know if I have the same, I'm not going to say strength of character, because it's not like I have no work ethic or anything, but I just don't know if I have it in me to keep doing that. So, I don't know. The future is going to be an interesting one because I have more options open to me now than I used to. So, I will of course keep you guys informed as to what's going on. You know we're coming back to that merchant's cart. And I could just afford to pick it up now with the Wallet of Vigor, but I don't know, I would rather not spend a bunch of health on it, so let's finish out the rest of the floor and then come back. So, I don't know, that's kind of where my head has been at lately. I know that... So how exactly does this work? Adds a significant chance to evade attacks but receive double damage. Yeah, I don't know about that. Once again, use the wrong spell. Alright, there. Got rid of those guys. No. And no. Thought you were being slick by teleporting right next to me, didn't you, boy? Alright, there we go. Looking better. Of course. Okay, I hate this room. I hate this room so much. And it's not just like a, oh, this room is just, a casual problem. I mean, that room has ended runs for me before, so every time I see it is just this little twitch behind my eye and just that little bit of PTSD that makes me go, you know I f***ed up. Why do you insist on showing up and making my life a living hell? You have to say it like Antonio Sabato Jr.? And don't you mean Antonio Banderas? Well, I mean, Antonio Sabato Jr. is the B-movie variant of Antonio Banderas. Complete with the ambiguous Spanish accent and everything. We will definitely be taking Tidal Blast because that will hit me up with a nice little barrier that I can use. And I saw Seville down there. I am interested. But first things first, I need more money and I need more health. Okay. There we go. I actually managed to use an explosive barrel to my benefit this time instead of my detriment. Go away. Like, I'm sure I've told you guys this before, but I'm actually low-key kind of a fan of B movies. And it's not just because of Red Letter Media. I've been a fan of B movies for a while now. Like, there's something to be said for film as an art form, and people who are especially talented at putting together a film, they get a lot of respect from me. But there's something to be said for movies that are made not necessarily to try to make money or trying to win awards or whatever. There's something very special to be said about movies that are thrown together just cause. You know, not necessarily with a major goal or vision in mind, just I wanted to make a movie, I made a movie. There's something very interesting and highly respectable about that. Alright, so whether or not I spend my money on the robe upgrade or just Mercury sandals will depend on how well we do in this fight. I'm sure I've gotten a hit. I've gotten a hit there. Stop! Hammer time! And I never said my jokes were the best. Alright, so here's the thing. None of these stats are going to get a huge increase, but just the idea of getting a critical chance increase in and of itself is what's making me go, yeah, this is worth it. And now, could I afford to pick up, like, Cabby's Bubblegum? It would cost me 21 health, but yes, I could. Is that a good investment? I'm gonna say yes. Mostly because it's also going to power up Merchant's Cart, and I think that in and of itself is worth something. Alright, we're at a little under half health. I don't expect to take a bunch of damage here, but you know how the game is. You make one wrong move and then you get comboed into oblivion. That's how most runs are lost. And here we go with the signature, otherwise known as Hyper Bounty Lightning Sugar Rush. I don't know if that's really the name of the move, but I mean, they are the two youngest members of the Magic Council, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did call it something weird like that. I mean, our man is using a baseball bat to hit around electricity. So, I mean, there is just a little bit of lol, random, quirky humor value to these two. More water! Well, at least now, though, it makes sense. Binary Splashdown also has that invulnerability factor going for it. So, I don't know, is it better or worse than Tidal Blast at this point? I'm gonna say ever so slightly worse, because right now I'm not saddled with a run where I have to spend a lot of time repositioning. So right now, being able to... Ow. Oh, I hate these enemies. I hate them so much. Right, and that's the amount of damage I take from one Earth Archer. We haven't even had the pleasure of dealing with multiple of them. Atlas is always level 3 because the world hates me. Really? I was like 6 HP off from killing that thing. God, I hate you. Come on. Yeah, being at low health isn't exactly lighting my fire either, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, now we got a little health back. That's nice. Of course, missed the initial hammer throw, because why wouldn't I? Or not the initial, the ending hammer throw. Hello, Aura. How are you? I mean, don't get me wrong, Vess is looking pretty good over here, too. Always was something I found very appealing about a fiery, strong woman. God, if only that's all I found? Alright, where is everyone? Stop hiding. Okay, we're feeling a little bit better. I think we're finally out of the frying pan now. Now we just need to hope that we don't make some silly mistakes and wind up in the fire. Okay, the issue I have with breaking Twister is that if it's not the enhanced version, it moves slowly, but it does move, which means that its combo factor is reduced. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to bring it to the doctor. And prescription bottle. What does that do? Relic store will now stock 2 health potions. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, you know what? It's worth it just to... and give me that. It's worth it just to have another relic to power up Merchant's Cart. And there's just a little bit left to explore. Who knows, maybe a little bit of extra money. And yeah, it was only a little bit of extra money, but hey, it was something. Oh my god! Why do all of my spells seem to be on like a permanent pace of cooldown right when I need them? God, okay, that was terrible. What does this do again? Oh yeah, I don't want that. Okay. Can't afford a health potion. I mean, unless they're willing to let me buy one using health, but the Wallet of Vigor would stay. Alright, this is also the time for the mystery box. Remember, there are going to be 5 relics in this box. Could be any number of things, so have your guesses ready. We are going to drop the mystery box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mystery box! Okay, so if you guessed Battery of Tyrannus, Ruby Key, Idealist Scorecard, Bracers of the Beast, or whatever the fuck this thing is, Gyroscopic Inkwell, using Dash Arcana prevents your signature charge from decaying. I don't even think that has an effect, but I'm taking it just because it's a good replacement value for the box. But if you guess 2 out of those 5, then you will get to pick the contents of my next open run, which will of course be Thursday. Remember, it has to be before now, so if you just waited until this point in the video and then said, "I know what you dropped," then you're fucking cheating. So, just putting that out there. Let's move on. This lovely all Atlas level 3 all the time run. Alright, what do we got? And considering that I missed the perfect time crystal on my last run, I mean, it almost feels like the game is kind of slapping me. Like, hey, remember when you missed something that would have really helped you run out, loser? Like, yes, I remember. I'm not super upset about it or anything, if that's what you're thinking. Oh, okay, that move has nearly infinite range. Got it. Sorry, I'm only a little upset about how Atlas's stage opened. That's all. It's not like I'm holding a continuous grudge over every run ending with Atlas or anything. Now, why would I do that? I'm better than that. I'm not just a petty asshole. Oh, okay, game. Oh, what's that? You're mashing the dodge button to try to get out of their attacks before they attack? Well, too bad. You're taking a bunch of damage. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I was mashing the dodge button. I should have been fine. Well, maybe you didn't notice that your spell was still on cooldown frames. Well, no, because it can do that. And that's when they were attacking. Sorry, the game still says no. Yeah, I noticed. Thank you. I will be forced to buy one of those. I'll spend a little bit of health for Jade's Chakra Locket. Honestly, that's not doing me any good, so drop it, pick that up. At least we got a maxed out merchant's cart. That's the important bit. Yeah, I could have sworn that guy was dead, but what do I know? Apparently not enough, because I keep getting my ass kicked. You know, Darksage, maybe you're just an idiot. Well, maybe I am. I'd like to think I have some idea of what I'm doing, though. Definitely not against the idea of the crystalline balestra. What is a balestra, by the way? I tried looking up that word, and apparently there's... And, of course, the spears from the ground have fucking instant speed and infinite range. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. Pretty sure he was attacking the other way. Don't take all of this as me just making excuses for bad play. I'm genuinely trying to figure out what the game is playing at here, because normally I'm not doing this poorly. I mean, that's not very helpful at all. Also, is it just me, or has Megalodon Tooth not worked even once during this whole run? Are they gonna let me spend a little bit of health on a potion? That's nice. Game is having a field day not letting me dodge things. Hey, it's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I make the choices I make for a reason. At least most of them. That time I admit that was very much my fault. I shouldn't have been attacking while he was trying to punch rocks at me. I just want this fight to be over because I'm so sick and tired of it always being Atlas's stage at this point. Oh, now you give me a decent wind arcana. Okay. Okay, I see what you're getting at. Alright. That's cool. Thanks, game. You know what? No, fuck it. I don't even want your help anymore. Screw you. Screw you, Benny. Remember, it is still Arnold Schwarzenegger Appreciation Week, so if you have any fun Arnold jokes, memes, or anecdotes to share, this is probably about the right time for it, honestly. Why did I teleport into the wall? I know what direction I wanted to go. Or is that the point? The game knew what direction I wanted to go to and said, oh, this would be a great time to have your controller act up. Alright. Alright, now that we're out of that mess, let's see. I'm not really seeing anything here that catches my fancy. Well, I mean, this. Little extra movement speed couldn't hurt. I know I turned on Mercury Sandals earlier, only to take them now. But at the time, I was making what I felt to be a good informed decision. Not a chance, says I. Alright, Null Flash Agent City, here we come. So is that anything like Detroit Rock City? No, because there are two things that Null Flash Agent City is that Detroit Rock City isn't. Null Flash Agent City isn't one, jammin', or two, depressing. Like, for those of you who don't know the story, Detroit Rock City is actually about someone who... I'm not sure if it's that they died on the way to that show, or that they committed suicide before going to it. I think it's about someone who died on the way to that show. So for those of you who thought that Detroit Rock City was just a song about, you know, happy fun time rock and roll, yeah, unfortunately, sometimes the inspiration for your fun rock and roll songs can be quite depressing. Unfortunately, life has a way of doing that to us, where sometimes our best efforts are just so much chuff in the wind. Oh, smart. And of course, no, stop. And there we go. Alright, so that's another mystery box episode in the bag. By all means, let me know what relics you guys got, what you thought of the run in general, because surely I made some mistakes, or if I didn't make any mistakes, just let me know how awesome I am, because sometimes my fragile little ego could use some stroking. Don't you mean your... No, I mean my ego. And no, that's not me being dirty-minded, that's all in your head. So without further ado, let's go ahead and unveil the topic of this week's poll. For this week's poll, I wanted to do a princess duel, a sort of royal rumble, if you will. So the first princess to pick from is Princess Peach. Now, I know what you're thinking, and if you think that the second princess is going to be Princess Zelda, the debate about which princess is better always being on people's minds, even though the answer is, of course, Zelda, you would be wrong, actually. No, I thought about that, and it's like, yeah, this is something that comes up a lot amongst the circles of Nintendo fans, but the problem is, there's another Legend of Zelda princess that I think everyone loves just as much, if not more so, perhaps, that just doesn't seem to get enough attention, and it's absolutely criminal that she's still only an assist trophy in Smash! So, that having been said, this week's debate, the Princess of the Mushroom Kingdom, or the Twilight Princess Midna? Let me know your thoughts in the poll, and I will see you guys in the next video. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you